thank goodness this happened, but not thank goodness this happened. But I feel like it's so fast for them to be almost changing their tune on Raquel when we just saw the reunion.
Yeah.
You know, it makes us think. It's like,
you're like,
you signed your contract for season 11 and we're trying to figure out how we're going to move forward. That's it.
Yeah. Like, we don't necessarily, well, first of all, too, they're trying to figure out how they're going to film with each other next year. And then they're like, we're not filming with these assholes. But then it's really like, you're getting paid a shit ton of money to film with them. You're going to film with them. You know what I mean?
Oh, and I'm so over people saying, like, on Jersey, on Vanderpump Rules, on other shows, Beverly Hills, we've seen it on multiple franchises at this point, I won't film with that person. Great. Then you don't get a contract, because everyone should have to film together. You are being paid. This is your job. You know, it's like what we say in restaurants. It's like, we're not sitting here curing cancer, girl. Sign your contract, show up, and do a show.
You know what's so funny is, like, there are so many people. There are people who get it, and there are people, sorry, I did not mean to clear my throat in the mic. I apologize, guys. But so many people who get it and so many people who don't. And one person who does, I'm going to just bring her up for a second because she has no problem being open about her relationship on reality TV, saying, yeah, I'm kind of in a shitty position. Hold on.
All right.
As a couple who has dealt with infidelity so publicly, but then still got married, has a baby and everything together. What advice would you have for people going through the same thing, and how did you get through it?
I mean, it's hard. It took us a very long time to get back on track. And I think that we're doing a lot better. Obviously, I wouldn't have married him, and we have Cruz, and that's made our relationship so much stronger becoming parents. You just have to trust your heart, because I just loved him so much. Like, I always knew that we were like meant to be together. He really had to work and like prove that he was going to change for me to be able to take him back. And even whenever I did take him back, I still didn't forgive him right away. Like, it took a long time for me to get over it. I mean, I thought about it all the time. It's hard to give advice about it because every single relationship is different. You know what I mean?
The differences between what me and Sandoval was going through, this was a full-on affair. For what I did was, I'm not justifying it by any means, was an absolute mistake. And it was, like I said, it could have been a hole in the wall at that time. And it didn't matter to me. I didn't care. I hated myself. I hated who I was. Thank God she was there to be like, pick me up from all that, considering everything that went happened.
Is he wearing
as a couple who has dealt with infidelity so publicly, but then still got married?
It is a Craig's hat.
Yeah, it says Craig's.
Oh, sorry. Out of all of that, that was my takeaway. Sorry.
That was your take. I mean, hey, I agree. I have to agree with Brittany there. Every relationship is so different, especially when it comes into infidelity. But I also agree with Jax. This was a completely different thing. You know, I mean, Raquel just admitted that they were sleeping together in Mexico. I'm pretty sure from things we've been hearing, it started a lot sooner than that, or earlier than that. And it was a full on, like, behind your back for, let's round it up to 8 or 9 months, fully behind your back while you owned a house together, while you were making excuses to Ariana, and while she was being supportive of you, you know, opening a bar, starting a band, going on tour with your band. You know, everything. I just feel like it's a little more of a knife in your back, the way that Sandoval executed his infidelity than the way Jax executed his.
Well, question for you also, because now Jax is saying that he went over to Shorts and Sandy's and that they are offering him ownership of Shorts and Sandy's because they want Tom Sandoval's ass out. What are your thoughts?
Man, here we go. I don't know. I would have to say, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, I would trust Jax running a business and a bar more than I would Tom Sandoval.
Lies.
I feel like Jax knows how a bar works a little bit better. No, I do. I think so. Wait, well, I'm not a liar. I'm giving my opinion. You can't call my opinion a lie.
Liar! It's my opinion.
That's my opinion.
All right. Well, Jax not only said this, but then he also expressed that Tom Sandoval texted Brittany Cartwright, his wife, and said, hey, we're going to be in Louisville, Kentucky, and we would love for you and your friends or whoever you know to show up to our band's concert performance. I don't know. And Jax was like, what
Karaoke.
the f- is this? Do not ever think that you get to text my wife, you piece of shit, narcissistic, egotistical asshole.
I mean, what goes through Tom's head though? Like where he thinks, okay, this just ended, the whole Sandoval thing happened. You know, we just watched them on the reunion. Raquel and Tom go back, but backstage and sit there and almost laugh together. Like, oh, God, I'm glad that's over. Oh, that could have went like this. It was very concerning. And this is the narcissism. I think it's like, let me ignore that and text Brittany because we need to sell some tickets to our show.
Yeah.
That's how it comes off.
Yeah. No, you're right. Sorry, Jax. I don't know. Honestly, I'm just waiting to see now that we know what we know, and people don't realize this, but they are picking cameras back up in July. I'm curious to see how this plays out, right? Or no?
Oh, yeah. No, 100%. Like, where do you go from here? How is season 11 going to go? Where do we go? I'm curious.
Yeah. I mean, do we have the OGs come back? Do we not have the OGs come back?
No.
Are we stuck with that? Are we plateauing at the cast that we have? I doubt it. 100% I doubt it.
I can't believe I'm going to say this. Like, when it comes to Housewives, they make a lot of mistakes with trying to bring in all these new people, all these new ladies, and then we have to learn them. And then it takes a season or two. And then after a season or two, you're kind of like, well, I don't really enjoy you. For example, Courtney on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, where I think Housewives is good, is bringing OGs back.
Yeah.
Great decision. Here, there was a reason, and I've read through Twitter, I've read through comments, I've been just paying attention to how people feel about this. They don't care for people to come back. They were obviously fired for a reason. Kristen Doty came back and she had her moment, right? Do we want to see any more of Kristen Doty? Wait, what else? Like, what are we going to see from her? Stassi has her own following. She has her own thing going on. She has a second child on the way. I'm sure the last thing she wants to think about is filming Vanderpump Rules.
Well, can I ask you a question really quick?
She was also fired for the same reason Kristen was. So it becomes an issue.
What does Vanderpump Rules season 11 look like to you?
How do you move forward with relationships? How does Raquel play this? So how does Raquel get back into this group? Because she's going to have to. If she's signed a contract, if she's coming into this, she is going to have to figure out a way to come into cahoots with someone on the cast. I'm pretty sure it will be Sheena. I feel like Sheena would be the most forgiving. I feel like maybe Lala might come around and everyone will start blaming Sandoval for maybe, I don't know, like convincing her to do something, or I'm not sure. And then now the relationship between Tom Schwartz and Tom Sandoval. How does this relationship move forward? How does it go? I'm just really curious. And also, I think with something about her opening, I think with Lisa's new restaurants opening, like, what do we see moving forward? I'm interested for season 11. It's after that I start to worry maybe just a little bit. But
I mean,
those are my thoughts.
Okay. All right. So, Jason, are you ready to move on?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Where do we go from here? Do we go to Atlanta or Jersey? Where do you want to take a time capsule to now?
Can we, if we're going to talk about Atlanta, is it going to be Kim and Croy?
It's always Kim and Croy.
I can't.
Oh, so no?
No, let's get this over with.